Greetings and salutations, YouTube. Friar Chuck here, and we are back for a brand new series on the channel. It's Madden season. The new Madden came out, the reincarnation, I guess, of Madden 25. Um, Madden 25, of course, released several years ago, but it was the 25th anniversary of Madden, and not, Madden in the year 2025, which is what this is. Um, so we are jumping into it. NCAA Dynasty is not going to quit. I, in fact, have 4 episodes of that recorded right now. I think 1, 2, 3. Actually, I think I've got 5 episodes of that recorded. Um, so it's not going to go away. We just need another something on the channel, and I am a big Madden player. I've played it for a long time. Um, so yeah, we're bringing it in. So that leaves the question of who are we going to be rebuilding in our Madden 25 dynasty? Well, it's not the Cowboys, although that thought did cross my mind considering all the contract issues they have and their salary cap situation. Micah Parsons, CeeDee Lamb, and Dak Prescott all need contracts. And I know if it was me personally, I know the two that I'm picking and the one that I'm not. But it is not the Cowboys. So there's lots of teams worth considering. The Cardinals, obviously, still a pretty bad team. They've got Kyler Murray, who's a pretty exciting quarterback. He's fun to play with in Madden, and they've got rookie wide receiver uh, Marvin Harrison Jr. with the 4th pick in the draft, I think. And as you can see, they have 4 hidden development players. A lot to work on. So they are definitely a team worth considering. Commanders is not going to happen. I don't like the Commanders. But I mean, they do have some interesting pieces. They've got um, a decent offensive line to build around. Terry McLaurin, good defensive tackles. They drafted Jaden Daniels, obviously, at pick 2, so he's a pretty fun. He should be a pretty fun quarterback. I considered the Colts, but seeing this, they're pretty good in this game. Last in passing last year, last in blocking, last in cover, not last, but real low on passing, blocking, and coverage, but really good on rushing, pass rush, and team speed. Um, they obviously have got Anthony Richardson, who again is another really fun Madden quarterback, but they're closer along to being like rebuild complete. So that's a no on them. The Giants are just boring. There's nothing exciting about them. Jaguars are too good. I can't stand Aaron Rodgers. I forgot Tyron Smith was a Jet now. That makes me sad. Mike Williams is also there. Mike Williams is going to take one singular step onto the MetLife turf and just his whole leg's going to explode. I thought about the Raiders. They have definitely got some interesting players. Max Crosby, Devontae Adams. They took Brock Bowers in the first round this year. They had got Michael Mayer in the second round last year, so a really good tight end room. Quarterback situation there's real rough though, so we'd have to kind of guarantee that we could get one pretty quick because I'm not developing either of their quarterbacks. Patriots, pretty interesting. No Mac Jones, rebuilding, just drafted Drake May, no more Bill Belichick, but the Patriots I feel like are going to be heavily done this year for basically all those reasons. Panthers we kind of started last year and didn't finish, so what are you going to do that? Rams and Saints, 2 teams that are kind of in the same spot. Rams a little bit better, but they have aging quarterbacks, aging stars, um, and a pretty rough salary cap situation. The Rams obviously just lost Aaron Donald. The Saints, I don't think really lost anybody. As you can see, their offense is just real bad. They may have lost Michael Thomas. Now that I say that, Um, and then Pittsburgh, I kind of considered their defense is really good though, and that would be another Justin Fields rebuild, which I do a lot of, so I'm not going to do that. Titans are boring. I didn't realize L'Jarius Sneed went to the Titans. Huh. Okay, that's interesting. And the Vikings were up there. They've got Justin Jefferson, obviously, got a rookie quarterback to develop. Um, but there is a team that I haven't mentioned yet that I don't think is going to be covered real heavily in Madden this year. But I do think they're kind of leaning towards needing to rebuild. They're a playoff contender because they have a good quarterback, but that's really it. And that is the Los Angeles Chargers. You can see they were 18th in passing last year, 32nd in rushing, second in blocking, 24th in pass rush, 23rd in coverage, 28th team speed. Now, keep in mind, they did have Austin Eckler last year. We're still last in rushing. Justin Herbert missed about half the season, I think, so that's why their passing is a little low. They're 24th in pass rush, and Khalil Mack had the best season of his career. Um, so he's had kind of a resurgence. They just drafted Joe Alt. They moved on from like every single one of their receivers. Brought in Ladd McConkey. Um, so and we already have the quarterback there, so we don't have to worry about that. We just have to help him get better. And not develop him from scratch. Also, Jim Harbaugh that they just brought in. So where does that go? Um, Also, just from a presentation standpoint, the Chargers, in my humble opinion, have the best set of jerseys overall um, out of every team in the league. Now, there are some teams that have like really good individual jerseys. Um, for instance, the Bengals. Where are the Bengals? Oh, up here. I didn't address these teams. The Broncos, kind of considered, but they're pretty boring too. The Bengals all white jerseys I think are clean. There's a lot of people that don't like them, and I don't know why. Um, the trying to think of some other good jerseys. I like the Colts black jerseys, the black helmets. The Panthers all blacks are clean. Um, but yeah, so we're going with the Chargers, and there you go, old Jimmy boy. Let's look at our league settings here. Okay, so we are going to be playing on all Madden simulation. No, don't want that. Classic Madden meter. So the multimeter, that's the one in NCAA. And if y'all have been watching my West Virginia dynasty, you know that I have struggled royally with that. We are going to play 10-minute quarters, accelerated clock, 20-second minimum play clock time. That's fine. Leave all of that. Part of me wants to turn that off. We may later, but I will leave it for now. That's fine. Reorder depth chart manual. Auto progress players, no. Auto progress talents, no. What is that? I don't know. Tutorial pop-ups. I don't need tutorials. Okay. Trade deadline on. Trade type enable all. Trade difficulty normal. Salary cap on. Free agent motivation impact normal. Practice squad ceiling on. Relocation settings. I'll let everyone relocate. If someone wants to move, let them move. Injury on. Practice injury. Okay, I'm going to turn off progressive fatigue because I have no idea if they've actually fixed it or not. So we're going to leave that alone. Prospect storylines on. Uh, Turning off practice injuries. They get annoying. Breakout scenarios, dev trait regression. I'm turning off. Again, I have no idea if any of this stuff got fixed from last Madden. I'm going to go under the assumption, knowing the way EA and the Madden team work, that it didn't. So, uh, yeah, that's fine. Um, okay, so there's that set. And let's jump into the team. Uh, so we will not be playing any of the preseason. We're just going to simulate through it. Coach Peter Gaffney takes the field with rookie Bo Nix for the first time today. So Sean Payton didn't let his name be used. That's interesting. He's going to be the new Bill Belichick, apparently. Okay, 2 new messages. Hey, Coach, the preseason's here, which means we've got a great season of football ahead. I'll make sure to keep in touch throughout. Let's show them the best Chargers possible. Go to schedule. Okay, Seahawks, Rams, Cowboys. Regular season, we start off with the Raiders at home, at the Panthers, at the Steelers. So the first 3 games pretty easy. That we got to take on the Chiefs, bye week, at the Broncos, at the Cardinals versus the Saints, at the Browns, Titans, then Bengals, Ravens, Chiefs again, obviously Buccaneers, Broncos, Patriots, Raiders. I'm gonna say it. The Chargers got a really easy schedule. Um, they obviously have to play the Chiefs twice because they're in their division. And the Raiders twice would be tough, but the Broncos twice is not as easy. The Steelers, even well, going to Pittsburgh is always going to be tough, no matter what the quarterback situation is. Panthers should be a win. Cardinals should be a win. Home against the Saints should be a win. The Browns is kind of a toss-up. Titans should be a win. Home against the Bengals and Ravens, those are probably both losses, depending on Joe Burrow's health. At the Falcons, they really should probably win that. At the Chiefs is a loss. Versus the Buccaneers should be a win, win. And then I would say it's probably a toss up. So really, that's a pretty easy schedule, all things considered. So we do have our bye in week 5. So let's go ahead and have a look at the roster first and foremost. So starting at the most important position and working our way down. At quarterback, we have Justin Herbert. Him and his big ass contract. You notice that there is a $127 million penalty if we cut him. 96 throw power, 92 short, 86 mid, 86 deep, 93 throw on the run, 90 throw on the throw under pressure. He's got superstar dev. He's just had some injury issues and not being able to finish games, and that's really what's holding him back. We've also got Easton Stick as his backup, and Max Duggan is the emergency third quarterback. Former TCU quarterback, led them to a national title appearance where they got blown out by Georgia. At halfback, this is kind of an interesting room. They have the Ravens receiving room from last, or the Ravens running back room from last year. Like almost literally having Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins. We also have Isaiah Spiller, who's kind of the younger player here. Let's look at his dev trait. Does he have star? No, he doesn't. It's normal. That's unfortunate. What about Dobbins? Dobbins does have a star. Gus Edwards is probably he's a star. That's kind of surprising. Um, got Elijah Dotson, Jarrett Patterson. Jarrett Patterson is 5'8". So of course, so's Kamani Vidal. He's a rookie, a normal dev out of Troy. Does he have any interesting? He's not exceptionally fast or anything, so I don't know. I don't think we'll waste time trying to develop him. He's a little bit faster than Isaiah Spiller, but I don't know. I think running back is a position that we could definitely look to improve on. Going into this, I had no idea what their running back room looked like. Uh, what is his contract situation like? Oh, last year was the best season of his career. Shout out to Gus Edwards, 13 touchdowns, 810 yards. For a guy that's usually in a running back by committee, that's pretty nice. So he's really not making too much money, so having him around for a couple years is not bad. I'm guessing J.K. Dobbins is probably on a 1-year deal. But yeah, so there's that. Uh, Elijah Dotson and Jarrett Patterson will probably be practice squad guys. Um, Fullback, we have Ben Mason It's just a fullback. There's really not much to say about this. Okay. This is where it gets really rough. The receiving room. Now, last year they had Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. This year they have neither of them. Keenan Allen they traded to Chicago. Um, Chicago's receiving room is freaking cracked. Uh, and Mike Williams they cut because he was making too much money, which I don't know why they signed him to the contract that he did, but whatever. So right now we have Josh Palmer, who is a star dev. So he's got some room to improve. He could be our number one receiver. He's considered a deep threat, but also a slot. So we'll see. I have a feeling Lad McConkey is going to be considered more of a slot. We do have some pretty decent speed at receiver. Chark, McConkey, 93 and 92 respectively. Darius Davis is at 94. Simi Fehoko is actually faster than I was expecting at 91. Yeah, DJ Chark is just one of those guys that seems like he should be good. He's got 93 speed, 93 acceleration, and he's 6'3" and 200 pounds. Like, he seems like he should be good, but he's just never really developed. So maybe he turns into something with us. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. Actually, realistically, this season he probably won't play because I'll probably try and focus on these two. Um, their second round pick this year, who they actually traded up to get, is Lad McConkey from Georgia. I mean, he just looks like a guy named Lad. 92 speed, 94 acceleration, 82 catching. He's probably gonna be in the slot for us. Um, that picture of him actually makes him look a lot less white than he actually is. We also have Quentin Johnston, who was their first round pick from last year. He did not keep a star dev. That's unfortunate, but I understand why. He was really bad. He had a lot of drops. Um, and when he kind of took over as the number one receiver after Mike Williams and Keenan Allen went down, uh, he just didn't. But we're gonna try and develop him. So looking at the other receivers after those guys, Darius Davis, I don't know. Oh, he actually went to college with Quentin Johnston. It's interesting. He's got good speed, so he might stick around as a return guy. Honestly, he's okay. I didn't really figure he did. Simi Fehoko, a former draft pick of the Cowboys, he's really big. Um, he's the guy I might consider turning into a receiving tight end. Then we have Brendan Rice. Brendan Rice is relevant for one reason, and that is who his father is. He is the son of Jerry Rice, one of, if not the best wide receiver in NFL history. But yeah, notice that he's a 68 overall, normal dev. He was like a 7th round pick, so he's not going to be nearly as good as his dad probably. We've also got Cornelius Johnson. What a name! Former Michigan receiver. He's a rookie. Dev trait by chance? Nope. Oh, he went to Michigan. We know why he's here. Tight end. Ooh, our tight end room is worse too. Is as well. That's unfortunate. I thought maybe we kept Gerald Everett. I have no idea where he is though. So we've got Hayden Hurst, Will Disley, Donald Parham, Stone Smart, and Josh Harris. Harris is the long snapper. He will be getting cut. This is not an inspiring tight end room. That's another group that we need to look at. So that's already 3 positions on offense so far that we can look at in the draft. Luckily for us, our offensive line is set. Rashawn Slater, 90 overall, star, superstar, star. Personally, I'm of the opinion if you're a 90 overall, you should automatically be a superstar, but that's just me. Slater was a guy a couple years ago in the draft that I wanted Dallas to take. it worked out because they took Micah Parsons instead. Uh, but you could honestly argue right now, would they have been better off in the long run taking Rashawn Slater? I don't know. He's 6'4", 315, very undersized for a left tackle, but he makes it work, so uh, works for me. At left guard, we have Zion Johnson from Boston College. He was a first round pick, I think, 2 years ago. He does have the star dev trait. I want to see if he's. When was he drafted? First round pick, pick 17. Okay. So, young first round pick. He's 24. I went to the wrong team. Slater is 25. So, that is great for the left side of our line. At center is Bradley Bozeman. Uh, Stopgap. We're going to need another center. Right guard. That is rough. Jamari Salyer, Jordan McFadden. These are not long-term solutions. Uh, one of them's gonna have to play this season, I guess, and we'll go from there. Right tackle is Joe Alt, who was the number 5 pick in the draft out of Notre Dame, 6'9", 321, an absolutely massive human being. Only 21 years old. Chance that he has superstar dev, I don't know for sure, but there's a chance. We've also got Trey Pipkins, who's not bad. He may play guard. And Alex Leatherwood, who was a first round pick of the Raiders a few years ago. That doesn't mean he was worth a first round pick. It's just an item of note. At left end, we have Morgan Fox. They are running a 3-4 defense, which kind of sucks. We may look to change that later. Um, Bridge player, trade target veteran. That's pretty much sums him up. Need a new left end. Uh, right end. Whew. We got a rookie starting. Justin Eb, Eb, Ebog, Ebogbe. That's what I'm going with, Ebogbe. So, not ideal. Doesn't have a dev trait. We'll see how that goes. Defensive tackle, they brought in Puna Ford, Jared Clark, Christopher Hinton. Defensive tackle's okay for now. Um, Now, we are a 3-4, so our pass rushers are going to be our outside linebackers, which is where Joey Bosa comes in. Former third overall pick out of Ohio State. Obviously, his brother is Nick Bosa, who plays for the 49ers. Probably a better player, a lot more racist player. If you know, you know. Um, Somehow that's going to get back to Nick Bosa, and he's going to come knocking on my door and beat my ass, probably. Nick, I assure you, I'm white. Don't beat me up. These are jokes. People don't cancel me. Um, yeah, Bosa is a guy that I would really consider trading. There's been a lot of talk about him getting moved anyway. Um, he's kind of injury prone. That doesn't necessarily mean he will be in Madden. He's making a lot of money, so we'll just kind of see where we're at. If we can get a good offer for him, we certainly will. Our other left outside linebacker is Tuli Pelotu. Uh, Second or third round pick out of USC last year. He is a star. He's a pass rusher. So we do have a succession plan in place. Middle linebacker, they had Eric Kendricks last year. He is now a member of the Cowboys, so they are rocking with Denzel Perryman, the rookie Junior Colson out of Michigan. I wonder why he's here. He does have hidden dev, so I'm not mad about it. He's going to get some good playing time. We also got Dayan Henley, Nick Neiman, and Troy Dye. I'm going to be honest, there's a lot of players on this team that I've never heard of, specifically these two. Does that make me a bad NFL fan? No, I don't think it does. Why is Bud Dupree here? Why does he keep getting jobs? But yeah, Khalil Mack is obviously the star of the show here. He's 33 years old, 90 overall. He had his best season as a pro last year. Um, you can go look at his stats actually, and it'll show it. Um, 17 sacks last year. I think he had like 5 of them in one game though, so that's take that with a grain of salt. Um, and 100% his best since he left the Raiders. Um, 17 sacks, 5 forced fumbles, and 10 pass deflections, and 21 TFLs. It's kind of a wild stat line for a primary pass rusher, but again, somebody that I might consider trading if the right offers. We don't really have anybody in place to replace him on this side of the line. Um, but honestly, if I was going to pick between him and Bosa, I'd probably pick him. What is his contract situation? Oh, he has 1 year left on his deal. So with that in mind, I think Khalil Mack is probably going to get traded. We need to get younger. I don't really want to bring him back, because it just ended up being on a 1 year deal anyway. What about Bosa? Bosa's got 2 years left on his deal, so maybe we keep him this year and then ship him off next year. Um, I went too far. Okay, corner room. Another real weak group. Sante Samuel Jr.'s very good. Um, another son of a former NFL player, another NFL great, Asante Samuel. Christian Fulton is okay, kinda. Um, Cam Hart's a rookie out of Notre Dame, normal dev. We only have 2 hidden dev play. No, 3. I forgot McConkey. Tarheeb still out of Maryland, normal dev. I don't know a lot about some of these rookies. Just Sir Taylor, Dean Leonard, Chris Wilcox. A lot of guys I don't know. I have heard of Asante Samuel and Christian Fulton though. So we need corners. I don't free safety. We got Alohi Gilman. They did bring him back. So he's a solid free safety. Star dev, only 26. Should be a guy we can keep around for a little while. And strong safety is our only superstar X factor, and that is Derwin James Jr. He's 28 years old, 91 overall. He's going to be the primary playmaker on our defense. Tony Jefferson's also here. AJ Finley. Oh, the most important player on the team, my boy, Cameron Dicker. Dicker, the kicker, absolute Texas legend. Hook 'em, kicker you. 94 kick power, 86 kick accuracy. I can 100% guarantee you, no matter how long we do this rebuild for, Cameron Dicker's going to be here. Always. I will make room for him. And then at punter, we have J.K. Scott, who I actually think might have a depth tree. He does. Star. Cool. So special teams room is also good. Draft pick situation. We have all of our picks this year, plus 1 from Cleveland in the 7th. Next year, we're good. Oh, and you can actually see 3 years into the future now. Actually, you might have been able. Yeah, I think you were able to before. Okay, that's the roster. So we have a lot of holes. We need running backs. We need wide receiver. We need corner, pass rushers. We need a center, a right guard, a tight end. It's just 3, 4 defensive ends. Let's look at the free agent pool. See if there's anybody neat here. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of really good players on free agent market. Um, I'm not looking to sign. We don't need Justin Simmons anyway. Stephon Gilmore we could use, but I'm not looking to sign veterans. Bakhtiari, the same situation. Jamal Adams, I don't really have a need for. What is this depth trait? Just star. Okay, good. Now, one player that is interesting is Connor Williams at center. Because we could use a center, and he's actually still relatively young. Most of these guys are pretty old. Patrick Peterson, Eddie Jackson, I think just signed with somebody. Maybe the Jets. Kareem Hunt's still a free agent. Adoree Jackson. J.C. Jackson, who was actually a Charger last year. Hunter Renfro. Cam Akers. Kilo Witherspoon. There's definitely some names here. Jaron Curse is a free agent. Huh. Okay, let's go position by position. Quarterback, best available is Ryan Tannehill, Kellen Mond, Matt Corral, Brian Hoyer. Wait, if Blaine Gabbert's here, who's backing up Patrick Mahomes? I'm gonna have to go figure that out now. Josh Rosen, Chosen Rosen. I haven't heard of a lot of these guys. Old Ben DiNucci, former starting quarterback for the Cowboys for one game. Halfback, there's some pretty interesting names. He'd bring Melvin Gordon back. No, I'm not gonna do that. Like if I was gonna sign any of these guys, it would be Cam Akers. But I'm not gonna do fullback. I don't really care. Wide receiver. And if you made an all free agency team, you could have a pretty good group. Randall Cobb retired. Julio Jones needs to retire. Martavis Bryant also needs to retire. Boys signed him last year. I've yet to figure out why. He never played, and then they cut him the very next year. Javon Wims, the man you signed if you want to guarantee fights at training camp. Tight ends, yeah, didn't. That's kind of what I expected. A lot of veterans that need to just hang it up. Same kind of situation here. Center. Okay, I think I am going to sign Connor Williams with the knowledge that we signed him to be kind of our long-term center. We'll obviously negotiate with him as soon as we can. Solomon Kinley still have a dev trait? He doesn't. Less interested then. Jason Peters. God, my guy, hang it up. Riley Reef, you need to as well. Some of these guys just. My man's is on the free agency pool. What's wrong with you? Complete PCL tear, out 29 weeks. Yeah, I'm going to sign him. Manuel Ogba. There's some decent names here. Taylor shoes. That guy is a hot mess. Taco Charlton. He plays for the San Antonio uh, Brahma, I think is what they're called. So he's not entirely a free agent. Shaq Leonard. And I want to know what happened to Shaq Leonard. Like, he was so good for a while there and then, like, drastically dropped off a hill. Jalen Smith is still in the league. My guy, why are you not in the USFL or whatever? So Dory Jackson is a guy that I would honestly consider because he does kind of fit in our timeline. Greedy Williams is also Cam Dantzler. Do you have a depth trait still by chance? You don't. Okay, I didn't really figure you did. I don't know why he had one last year. But sometimes I think these guys just kind of slip through the cracks and nobody bothers to check. Safety room is absolutely stacked. I mean, again, like I said, if you're just making an all one of the best names in football, Smoke Monday, Quantrez. If you were making an all free agency team, you could do a lot worse. Special teams is actually pretty solid. You got Ryan Tannehill, but you got some solid receiver or some solid running backs and receivers. So okay, no, you've got a bunch of slot receivers. Is what you have. But okay, so we made one free agency addition, signing Connor Williams. I think that was a legitimate need for us, just to see what is the. I want to see what the market's going to be like for Khalil Mack. Okay, Cole Kmet in a third, Miles Murphy a third and a seventh, Cortland Sutton a third, a sixth, and two sevenths. Jerry Judy. I honestly did not realize Jerry Judy played for the Browns. Okay, Chris Godwin, Michael Wilson, Rasheed Rice. No. Deron Payne a third and a sixth. Mossy Smith a third and a sixth. Raheem Mostert, Nolan Smith fourth. Kyle Pitts. Dang, they done did Kyle Pitts dirty. 83 with start of Arthur Smith effect. Like, understand the Jets are actually trying to trade Hassan Red, or he requested a trade literally today. That's way too much for Khalil Mack, though. Elton Jenkins, Deontay Johnson, Jonathan Jones, Jacoby Myers, Darius Williams, Michael Pierce, Cam Jordan. Tariq Woolen is normal dev. Why? Tank Dell, Chidobe Awuzie. Things need to be studied. What happened last year? Why is he so bad? I mean, he's the third best player on their team. Why is DK Metcalf still a superstar X Factor? Absolutely the most overrated player in the NFL. I am not a DK Metcalf fan. What were his stats like last year? That he was, well, his interception numbers went way down. Not really anything else that it says, so I can't really tell. Okay. They did the Seahawks dirty with depth traits. Kenneth Walker got a superstar. Metcalf got an X Factor. And hidden depth for Byron Murphy. Took him. Like, seriously, they got done really dirty with these depth traits. They're atrocious. Didn't know Sam Howell was in Seattle. Shout outs to him. Goes from Washington to Washington. PJ Walker also there. PJ Walker is like the perfect backup for Geno Smith because they are the same person, relatively speaking. Geno Smith has been a lot more successful in the NFL and was way more successful in college. Shout outs to the Mountaineers. Okay, can I set my cannot. We do need to do training camps though. Let's do wide receiver battle with Led McConkey. Okay, this is just just take the points. I gotta redo this a bunch of times. I'm just gonna let it play. Hopefully we can get the we do pick up the silver. One left. If we got it there or not. We were 1,000 away. So pretty good there for McConkey. I don't know if we got a skill point or not. Hey, we did. Cool. Sure. Training camp thing for okay, don't run into the quarterback. Got it. I missed. Okay, let's try sliding. Let's try sliding. That's a neat trick. Stamina. Silver. We got a silver. 2,000 away. Get to that one in time. We're pretty close. That's not an easy drill. I'm sure there's probably those among you that are better at that than I would be. Let's do the target passing with uh, bullseye. Heck yeah. Outer ring hit. Just barely got that. And he dropped it. But inner ring hit. Your multiplier is not affected by whether they catch it or not. It is literally just bullseye. Silver. Catch bonus. I don't know if we are going to be able to get the. Dang it. Ah. 6,000. I don't think we would have got it on that, but I'm okay with the result. Yes. Let's advance week. Hopefully nothing bad happens. Actually, wait, two new messages. Oh, I didn't even think to look at the trade block. Ooh, man, there's some winners at quarterback. I tell you what, Tyler Huntley's with the Browns. Cowboys just don't need a backup quarterback. So screw it. Neither do the Texans, apparently. Shout out to Case Keenum for going back to Houston, though. Jalen Warren, Damian Pierce, Tyler Algier, Brian Robinson, Elijah Mitchell, Tyjae Spears, AJ Dillon, Khalil Herbert, Harrius Tony, for anyone that would be interested for some unknown reason. Uh, Offensive line. Later to right guard, in theory solve my offensive line issues. Solomon Thomas is still hanging around a team. I don't know why the Eagles put him on the trade block. I do have pre-existing injuries turned on, but they don't have them in apparently because well, there has been an update because Sam Williams is definitely gone for the year. Josh Uche, Aziz Ojulari, Marvion Overshone, Travis Gibson, Caleb Farley, Keely Ringo, Cookie Monster, Murray Connor. I have literally never heard of him. So honestly, I'd probably rather trade for Mekhi Becton than Bryce Huff, but okay. Let's get on with our bed self. Storylines, new message, offensive coordinator. Yes, Mr. Offensive Coordinator, what do you have to say? Ready for the press conference this week? I assume they're going to ask me about position battles. What position battle do we have? Okay. Running back, maybe? Oh, a left end position battle. Uh, What, am I supposed to let them fight for every single freaking position? No, not gonna happen. It's so goofy. First preseason game 17-13 to the Seahawks. Lost 34 to nothing to the Rams. That's exciting. Uh, don't know. Braxton Jones got traded to the Chiefs. The Patriots got Bryce Huff. Okay. Micah Hyde signed with the Browns. That's wild. I don't care. The storylines I want in my Madden. I think it's a bad idea because it is kind of one of the strengths of our team. Okay, so before we go to cut players, let's see if anybody interesting got cut. Marcus May, uh, Shelby Harris, Samson Ebukam, I think Dietrich Wise, Dustin Hopkins got cut. Cordero Patterson. bring bring Jason Verrett back. Mercedes Lewis. Add that to the list of players that need to freaking hang it up. My guy. It's over. Go home. Uh, Marquise Goodwin also on that list. Okay, so let's check the trade center again and just see if the trade blocks kind of moved any. We saw there were a couple moves made. Bryce Huff got moved. Braxton Jones got moved. Isaiah Likely being on there is kind of interesting. Was Braxton Jones even on the trade block? I didn't see him, but is he worse than I'm thinking he was? Okay, now, where's the transaction page? Is it under news? Andre Diggs went to the Broncos. League transactions. There we go. Uh, so they traded a fifth and a seventh for Braxton Jones, and a fifth, a seventh, and Shamari Connor for Braxton Jones. The Eagles got James Robinson and a seventh for Milton Williams. The Steelers sent Elandon Roberts to the Giants for Eric Gray. Or no, the Steelers sent Elandon Roberts to the Giants for Eric Gray, 2/7, and then the Giants proceeded to cut Elandon Roberts. But Patriots traded Juju Smith-Schuster in a seventh. That's funny because Juju Smith-Schuster got cut in real life. For Bryce Huff. Jonathan Grenard goes to the Eagles for Quan Alexander, uh, sixth round pick and a seventh round pick. Josh Uche went to the Bucks. Chase Claypool went to the Panthers for Brady Christensen. Dang, Kai Becton off the board. He didn't act quick enough, but it is what it is. We'll make do. We'll just keep an eye on that. Okay, gotta cut 13 players. Let's see where we can. Yes, you were the first option. You two are gone. I'll put you on the practice squad, I guess. Okay, now we gotta be a little bit more. I don't really think he'll get claimed off my practice squad. Okay, Spiller, Dobbins, Edwards are safe. Kamani Vidal is safe. Okay, fullback, wide receiver. And they're telling me to cut Jerry's kid. I ain't gonna do that. We need him. Gonna develop him into a all-world receiver. Not crazy about our situation. Center looks better though. So Bridge is gonna continue to be cut. Oh, he kind of followed the same career path as Khalil Mack. He started with the Raiders, went to the Bears, now with the Chargers. May not recommend cutting this player, but team really sitting in an 80 is confusing to me because I feel like we're not. Lad McConkey's got 2 skill points though. Shout outs to him. Uh, I think we are going to try and turn him into a slot receiver. So let's just upgrade that. Playmakers going up too. Junior Colson's got 2. Just put it into field general. Herbert's got 1. Strong arm. Always get me more throw power. +1 to throw accuracy deep and throw accuracy mid is not bad though. I'll take those. Okay, Madden, this is an unnecessary amount of loading screens. That man has got a neck on him. I mean, it's not like Davis Mills' neck. He got a +5 to run blocking. He is 87 run block. He's the number 14th ranked right tackle. That's cool. Okay, Dicker the kicker. Power. My kicker doing caring about a position battle at left end. Why is he negatively affected by the morale? I don't know. It's goofy. I don't know why there was a position battle there. That was stupid. But I didn't want to commit to one of those things because Morgan Fox was going to be the starter. And then if it's like, oh, well, this guy played better at the preseason, so you need to start him. No, I don't want to start him. I'm a grown man. I make my own decisions. Deep threat for DJ Chark. I don't think he's going to start, though. We're going to try and make Quentin Johnston happen. Give me more of that kick power, baby. Maybe. The +2 kick accuracy on the power. You'd love to see that. Isaiah Spiller, another one into elusive back. And then the rest of you guys can be auto upgraded. You have to mess with that. Okay, so we have $20.3 million in cap space. Okay, leave me alone. I don't want Charles Omenihu. Braxton Jones would have been pretty nice, though. Not gonna lie. Is this when you set your scouting? I don't know. It seems weird. I'm not gonna do that in this episode, though. I'll do it in the next one. Okay, can you stop Leave me alone about Charles Minihue. There. Over to the trade block. Leave me alone. The rest of that stuff will. I am going to set my depth chart though. Justin Herbert, obviously. Halfback, Gus Edwards can be the lead back, and the power back. Dobbins will be the third down back. Wide receiver would make this switch. Hurst, Disley, Parham. Wait, hold on. Tight end. I mean, like, it'd be a blocking tight end, obviously, but seriously, that makes that much of an impact on a tight end's ranking. Jesus. Slater, Zion Johnson, no. This will be the starter center. Guard, Salyer, I guess we'll start. Joe Alt. Pipkins is going to be the swing tackle. Morgan Fox. Why is his overall down? Why did his morale go down? I told him he was going to be the starter. Shouldn't he be happy? Wanted to compete for it. Lame. Uh, Colson's going to start. Perryman, I don't care enough about to keep him around. I really wish Bud Dupree wasn't here. His corner room is a shambles. Uh, if Davis can return kicks, that's fine. Honky can be the slot wide receiver. Bosa and Tui Pelotu there. Khalil Mack at the rush right end. Rush defensive tackle Morgan Fox and Puna Ford. Sub linebacker is going to be Colson and Deion Henley. I guess. I don't know. I really hope it's a good corner class because I can't be. Let's look at the trade block one more again. Well, the first episode of Chargers franchise here on the channel. We're gonna probably do offsetting uploads. We'll do West Virginia one day, Chargers the next, go back and forth. So you'll get football every day. It'll just be a little something different. But yeah, that'll do it. I'll see you guys in the next one. This is Friar Chuck saying bye bye.